You're listening to KSG podcast. This is a short, crisp, concise, exam-oriented, edited editorial for civil services aspirants. In this podcast, we are going to talk about criminality in the NDPS Act. Source for the content is Raghu Malhotra's article for the Indian Express. While granting bail to a man arrested for possessing 29 kilograms of bhang and 400 grams of ganja, Karnataka High Court recently observed that nowhere in the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances, that is the NDPS Act, is bhang referred to as a prohibited drink or prohibited drug. Since the ganja recovered was below commercial quality, the accused was given bail on a personal bond of 2 lakh rupees. The single judge bench relied on two earlier judgments, Madhukar versus the state of Maharashtra 2002 and Arjun Singh versus state of Haryana 2004, where the court had ruled that bhang is not ganja and is therefore not covered under the NDPS Act. Now, what is bhang? Bhang is the edible preparation made from the leaves of the cannabis plant, often incorporated into drinks such as thandai and lassi, along with their various foods. Bhang has been consumed in the Indian subcontinent for centuries and is frequently consumed during the festivals of Holi and Mahashivratri. Its widespread use caught the attention of Europeans, with Garcia de Horta, a Portuguese physician who arrived in Goa in the 16th century, noting that bhang is so generally used and by such a number of people that there is no mystery about it. Now, talking about bhang and the law, enacted in 1985, the NDPS Act is the main legislation that deals with drugs and their trafficking. Various provisions of the Act punish production, manufacture, sale, possession, consumption, purchase, transport, and use of banned drugs except for medical and scientific purposes. The NDPS Act defines cannabis or hemp as a narcotic drug based on the parts of the plant that come under its purview. The Act lists these parts as a charas, the separated resin in whatever form, whether crude or purified, obtained from the cannabis plant, and also includes concentrated preparation and resin known as hashish oil or liquid hashish. B. Ganja, the flowering or fruiting tops of the cannabis plant, by whatever name they may be known or designated. C. Any mixture with or without any neutral material of any of the above forms of cannabis or any drink prepared therefrom. Now, the Act in its definition excludes seeds and leaves when not accompanied by the tops. Bhang, which is made with the leaves of the plant, is not mentioned in the NDPS Act. As a special provision, the Act states that the government may allow cultivation of any cannabis plant for industrial purposes only of obtaining fiber or seed or for horticultural purposes. Now, talking about cannabis and criminal liability, Section 20 of the NDPS Act lays out punishment for the production, manufacture, sale, purchase, import, and interstate export of cannabis as defined in the Act. The prescribed punishment is based on the amount of drugs seized. Contravention that involves a small quantity, that is 100 grams of charas or hashish or 1 grams of ganja, will result in rigorous imprisonment for a term that may extend to 1 year and or a fine which may extend to 10,000 rupees. For a commercial quantity, rigorous imprisonment of not less than 10 years, which may extend to 20 years, including a fine that is not less than 1 lakh rupees but may extend to 2 lakh rupees. Where the contravention involves quantity less than commercial but greater than small quantity, rigorous imprisonment up to 10 years is prescribed, along with a fine which may extend to 1 lakh rupees. That's it for this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. To join KSG India courses and to crack the IAS exam, visit ksgindia.com. You can also get a PDF of this podcast on ksgindia.com. Thanks for listening and do subscribe to our channel.